Alex, Laura, and the Resistance fighters moved swiftly toward the Zyron facility where the dangerous new weapon was stored. They traveled quietly, aware that discovery could mean disaster. Each step brought them closer to their target and heightened their tension. The sky was still dark, providing crucial cover for their approach dot. As they neared the enemy facility, Alex studied its defenses carefully. The base was heavily guarded, with patrols constantly circling the perimeter. Automated drones scanned the area, their sensors alert for any movement. Alex realized this mission would be their toughest yet. Laura motioned silently toward a small, hidden entrance she discovered on previous missions. Alex nodded, signaling the team to follow carefully. They moved slowly, staying low and hidden among rocks and vegetation. Finally, they reached the entrance, concealed cleverly behind dense shrubs. Inside the facility, everything was quiet and orderly. Alex and Laura quickly led their team deeper, guided by plans obtained from the rescued prisoners. They moved carefully, avoiding detection and disabling security devices whenever necessary. After several tense moments, they reached the central chamber where the weapon was being prepared. Through a window, they saw Zyron scientists busy at work, finishing final preparations. The weapon was massive and powerful, capable of causing incredible destruction. Clara whispered urgently, "We must act quickly. If they finish preparations, it'll be impossible to stop them." Alex agreed, signaling the team to prepare their explosives. Laura expertly guided them, positioning charges strategically around the chamber. Each fighter worked efficiently, their movements precise and silent. Suddenly, an alarm sounded, loud and piercing. Enemy soldiers rushed into the chamber, weapons ready. The Resistance fighters immediately took cover, exchanging fire fiercely. The battle quickly became intense, explosions and gunfire echoing throughout the facility. Alex and Laura fought side by side, determined to protect their teammates and complete their mission. Enemy reinforcements arrived quickly, increasing pressure on the fighters. Despite being outnumbered, the Resistance held strong, courage and determination evident in every action. During the intense fighting, Alex noticed the weapon powering up, its lights flashing urgently. Realizing time was running out, he shouted to Laura, "We must destroy it now." Laura nodded firmly, racing toward the weapon's control panel. Alex covered her, fiercely holding back enemy forces. Laura quickly worked, attempting to disable the weapon, her hands moving rapidly over the controls. Enemy soldiers closed in, firing heavily. Alex fought desperately, determined to protect Laura at all costs. Clara and the fighters joined them, bravely holding off the enemy. Finally, Laura shouted triumphantly, "It's done! We must leave immediately!" Alex quickly ordered the retreat, guiding fighters toward their exit route. As they fled, the weapon exploded powerfully, shaking the entire facility. Flames and debris filled the air, forcing the fighters to move quickly. Outside the facility, Alex quickly counted their team, relieved to see everyone accounted for. They moved rapidly toward safety, knowing enemy reinforcements would soon follow. Returning to their hidden base, the fighters were exhausted yet triumphant. They knew this victory significantly weakened the Zyron forces. Clara gathered the group, expressing pride and gratitude for their courage. "Today, we've shown the enemy we're capable of anything. Their hold on this planet is weakening." The fighters cheered, spirits soaring high despite their fatigue. Alex felt immense pride in their achievement, knowing they were closer than ever to victory. That evening, as everyone rested, Alex and Laura quietly discussed their next steps. "We've achieved so much," Laura said softly, "but we can't stop now. We must finish this." Alex nodded, determination shining in his eyes. "You're right. We must keep pushing. The Zyrans are weakened now. It's time to finish them off." In the following days, the fighters prepared carefully for their final battle. They trained intensively, perfected strategies, and strengthened defenses. Alex and Laura were central to these preparations, their leadership inspiring everyone, the scouts returned with critical information about the Zyran leadership's location. Clara immediately planned an assault, determined to end the conflict decisively. If we remove their leaders, their forces will collapse, she explained. The resistance fighters agreed, eagerly preparing for this ultimate mission. Alex and Laura carefully studied the intelligence, preparing their roles meticulously. They knew this battle would determine the fate of their entire struggle. On the eve of the final mission, Alex and Laura shared a quiet moment alone. Laura spoke gently. "Tomorrow will decide everything, Alex. I'm ready, but I'm also scared." Alex gently reassured her, his voice steady and calm. "We've come so far, Laura. Together, we'll face this final challenge." Laura smiled warmly, confidence returning to her eyes. "Yes, together, we'll win." As dawn broke, the fighters moved decisively toward the enemy leadership's hidden location. Alex, Laura, and Clara led the way, determination clear in every step. They knew victory today meant freedom and safety for all their people. The approach was swift and silent, the resistance fighters quickly surrounding the enemy compound. Alex and Laura coordinated closely, their teamwork flawless. They entered the facility quickly, engaging enemy defenders decisively. The battle intensified as they approached the main chamber where the enemy leaders hid. Enemy soldiers fiercely defended their commanders, but the resistance fought bravely, unwilling to retreat. Finally, Alex, Laura, and Clara reached the leaders, who desperately resisted capture. After a fierce confrontation, the resistance succeeded in defeating the enemy commanders. Their victory caused confusion and chaos among enemy soldiers, quickly leading to their surrender. With their leaders gone, the Zyran forces lost all coordination and purpose. Across the planet, enemy forces retreated, abandoning bases and equipment. The resistance had finally won. Returning to their base, Alex and Laura felt immense relief and happiness. Their long struggle had finally ended in victory. Clara spoke, proudly, addressing everyone gathered. "Today we've won our freedom. We've proven that unity and courage can overcome even the strongest enemy." Cheers erupted, joy filling every heart. Alex and Laura stood close together, sharing quiet gratitude for their survival and triumph. Late that evening, Alex and Laura reflected on their incredible journey. "We've been through so much," Laura said quietly, "but we finally made it." Alex gently held her hand, deeply grateful for their unity and strength. "Together, we've achieved something amazing. Our future is now ours to build." Laura smiled warmly, her voice full of hope. "Yes, Alex, our fight is over, but our new journey is just beginning." Together, they knew their sacrifices and courage had brought freedom to their world. Their future was filled with possibilities, built on unity, courage, and love. After the intense battle, the resistance fighters regrouped and strengthened their base defenses. Alex felt exhausted but hopeful. Every day brought them closer to freedom. Still, the constant threat of enemy attacks meant they could never truly relax. Early the next morning, scouts returned with urgent news. "The Zyrans are gathering forces at their main base," one scout reported. "It seems they're preparing a massive assault against us." Alex and Clara quickly gathered their fighters to discuss this troubling news. They knew they had to act fast. Laura spoke first, suggesting, "We must strike before they're ready. If we catch them off guard, we can disrupt their plans." Clara nodded in agreement. "Laura's right. A surprise attack might be our best chance, but we'll need careful planning." Together, they formed a daring plan to attack the Zyran base before the enemy completed preparations. The fighters spent the day preparing weapons, ammunition, and medical supplies. Alex and Laura trained others, sharing their combat experience and boosting morale. As evening approached, Clara gathered everyone for a final briefing. She carefully outlined their plan, assigning tasks to each group. Alex and Laura were tasked with leading the main assault team. Clara herself would command the support units. That night, tension filled the air as the fighters moved out. Alex and Laura walked. Side by side, their resolve stronger than ever. The journey to the enemy base was long, their path guided only by starlight dot. As they approached the base, Alex noticed increased security. Enemy soldiers patrolled frequently, clearly expecting an attack. Clara signaled the fighters to wait silently, in position, timing their attack perfectly. Finally, at Clara's signal, they launched their surprise assault. Explosions lit the night sky as the resistance struck swiftly. Alex and Laura led their team bravely, quickly penetrating enemy lines. Chaos spread rapidly among the Zyran forces, who struggled to respond. Amid the intense fighting, Alex spotted a familiar figure. The Zyran commander himself was directing his troops. Realizing the importance of this opportunity, Alex shouted to Laura, "We need to take him down!" Laura nodded sharply, and together they moved decisively toward the commander. Enemy soldiers tried to block them, but Alex and Laura fought fiercely, determined to reach their target. The commander noticed their approach and quickly prepared to fight back. The battle between them was fierce and intense. The commander was strong and experienced, but Alex and Laura were united and focused. Working together flawlessly, they finally defeated the commander, a decisive victory that caused panic among enemy soldiers. Without their leader, the Zyran forces lost coordination and began retreating. The resistance fighters pressed forward, driving the enemy back further. Soon, the entire base was under their control. Alex felt a rush of triumph, knowing this victory marked a major turning point. After securing the base, the fighters quickly gathered valuable supplies and information. Alex, Laura, and Clara carefully examined captured documents, revealing more details of Zyran plans. They discovered plans for another major attack targeting resistance-held areas. "We stopped them just in time," Clara said seriously. "Without this victory, we would have faced certain defeat." Alex agreed, grateful their bold action had succeeded. Still, he knew their fight wasn't over. They quickly organized their forces to defend against future attacks, using the captured base as a stronghold. In the days following, the fighters worked tirelessly to strengthen their defenses. Alex and Laura spent countless hours preparing strategies, training new fighters, and organizing supply runs. Clara expertly coordinated all efforts, ensuring everyone remained focused and prepared. One evening, Alex and Laura walked quietly together around the captured base, reflecting on their journey. "It's amazing how far we've come," Alex said quietly. "From prisoners to leaders of the resistance." Laura smiled gently, her voice soft yet confident. "We face incredible challenges, Alex, but we're stronger because of it. Together, we can overcome anything." Alex stopped, turning to face her fully. "Laura, through everything we face, you've always been there. I can't imagine this fight without you." Laura's eyes softened, touched deeply by his words. "You've given me strength too, Alex. I never would have made it this far alone." They stood silently, sharing a quiet moment of deep connection. Alex knew he was ready to face any challenge with Laura by his side. The next day brought new challenges as reports of enemy movements reached him again. Clara quickly called a meeting, explained their situation clearly. "The enemy is regrouping faster than we expected. We must prepare for their counterattack." The fighters responded quickly, readying defenses and strategies. Alex felt determination grow within him, knowing their fight was entering its most critical phase. During preparations, scouts returned with surprising news. "We found a group of human prisoners who escaped Zyran custody. They need our help," one scout reported urgently. Clara immediately organized a rescue team, assigning Alex and Laura to lead it. They moved swiftly, reaching the location provided by the scouts. Soon, they found the escaped prisoners, exhausted but alive. Alex approached them carefully, reassuring them, "You're safe now. We'll protect you." The prisoners expressed gratitude, sharing valuable information about their captors. "The Zyrans are planning something huge," one prisoner warned. "They have a new weapon they're preparing to unleash." Alarmed, By this news, Alex quickly returned with the prisoners to their base. Clara listened intently, immediately planning their response. "We must destroy this weapon before it's operational," she decided firmly. The resistance fighters quickly prepared for this urgent mission. Alex, Laura, and Clara worked closely, finalizing their plans. Despite the risks, they knew success was essential to their survival. That night, Alex and Laura stood quietly together, preparing mentally for their dangerous mission. Laura spoke softly. "No matter what happens, Alex, promise me we'll stay together." Alex squeezed her hand firmly, determination clear in his eyes. "Always, Laura, I promise." As dawn broke, the fighters moved decisively, heading toward the Zyran facility housing the deadly weapon. Alex felt focused, knowing their actions today could decide their entire future. The resistance had come far, but their greatest challenge lay ahead. Approaching the facility, Alex and Laura shared one final determined glance. Together, united and strong, they stepped forward bravely, ready to face whatever awaited them. They knew their fight for freedom was far from over, but they were ready to meet the challenge together, no matter the cost. The resistance fighters moved quietly under the cover of darkness. Alex, Laura, and Clara led their small team toward the main Zyran command center. Every step they took was careful and deliberate, avoiding detection by enemy patrols. They knew this mission could change everything. Success meant freedom. Failure meant disaster. As they approached the Zyran command base, Alex studied the building closely. It was heavily fortified, guarded by numerous soldiers and automated defenses. Clara signaled the team to stop, her eyes focused intently on the security systems. "We'll need to disable those turrets first," she whispered. Laura nodded and moved forward silently, Alex following closely behind her. They quickly reached the control panel that operated the automated defenses. Laura expertly bypassed security codes and wires, disabling the turrets within moments. Alex admired her skills, grateful for her presence. With the defenses down, Clara signaled the team to advance. The fighters moved swiftly, staying low and hidden in shadows. They reached the main entrance, guarded by several alert soldiers. Alex exchanged silent glances with Laura, then moved together swiftly, taking down the guards quietly and efficiently. Inside the facility, tension filled the air. Alex, Laura, and Clara led the fighters deeper, avoiding security cameras and patrols. They reached a large control room, filled with screens displaying Zyran activities across the planet. Alex quickly began gathering crucial data, downloading vital information about enemy operations. As Alex worked, Laura kept watch, tension visible in her posture. "We don't have much time," she warned quietly, eyes scanning the corridor. "They'll notice the missing guards soon." Clara nodded in agreement, signaling the fighters to prepare for quick escape. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the facility. Alex quickly finished downloading the data, his heart racing. "We have what we need. Let's move!" he shouted. They sprinted from the control room, alarms echoing loudly around them. Enemy soldiers appeared quickly, firing wildly. The resistance fighters fought bravely, their courage evident in every determined step forward. Alex, Laura, and Clara covered their team carefully, ensuring everyone stayed together. During the chaos, a powerful explosion shook the building. Alex turned quickly, realizing the enemy was cutting off their escape route. "We need another exit," he shouted urgently. Laura quickly remembered an alternate route. "This way. Follow me," she yelled, leading them down another corridor. They rushed forward, enemy fire barely missing them. Reaching a hidden door, Laura quickly opened it, revealing an emergency exit leading outside. Emerging from the facility, the team faced another group of Zyran soldiers. The resistance fighters fought fiercely, refusing to surrender. Alex noticed Clara struggling against a large Zyran soldier and rushed to help her. Together, they defeated their enemy, moving quickly toward safety. Finally, the fighters reached the cover of the forest, breathing heavily. They regrouped, checking each other for injuries. Clara quickly counted everyone, relieved to find everyone safe. Alex felt exhausted yet satisfied. Their mission had succeeded. Back at the mountain base, the Resistance quickly analyzed the data Alex recovered. The information revealed detailed plans and weaknesses in Zyran operations. Clara addressed the group, confidence clear in her voice. With this data, we can strike effectively. Our victory is closer than ever. The fighters cheered, renewed determination. Filling the room, Alex and Laura exchanged hopeful glances, proud of their accomplishment. Despite their victory, they knew the fight wasn't over yet. Alex spent the evening reviewing the information, planning their next moves carefully. Laura approached him quietly, sitting beside him. "You did great today," she said softly, sincerity clear in her eyes. "We all did," Alex replied, smiling warmly. "Together, we're unstoppable." Laura nodded thoughtfully, gazing into the distance. "Alex, whatever happens next, I'm grateful to be here with you." Alex gently touched her hand, warmth filling his heart. "Me too, Laura. We'll get through this together." Their conversation was interrupted by Clara, approaching urgently. "We have new intel. The Zyrans are mobilizing a counterattack. We must prepare immediately." Alex quickly stood, determined and ready. "Let's gather everyone and discuss our defense." "Strategy," he responded. In the main command area, Clara outlined their situation clearly. "The enemy knows we have their data. They will try everything to destroy us. We must prepare our defenses and stay alert." The Resistance fighters quickly organized defenses, fortifying their hidden base. Alex coordinated teams, assigning positions carefully. Laura worked tirelessly, helping set traps and alarms. Together, they prepared for the difficult battle ahead. Late that night, Alex stood watch, listening to the quiet night. The tension was heavy, but his resolve remained firm. Laura joined him quietly, both silently gazing into the darkness. "Do you think we're ready?" Laura finally asked softly. Alex turned to her confidently. "I know we are. We faced worse together." Laura smiled gently, reassured by his words. "Yes, you're right." At dawn, the enemy attacked fiercely, determined to crush the Resistance. The battle was intense, fighters on both sides giving their all. Alex fought bravely, supporting his teammates and protecting the base. Amid the battle, Alex saw Laura cornered by enemy soldiers. He rushed to help, fighting fiercely to reach her. Together, they overcame their attackers, standing side by side. Firmly as the battle raged on, Alex noticed Clara directing fighters strategically, calm and focused. Inspired by her leadership, Alex pressed forward bravely. Slowly, the Resistance gained ground, pushing back enemy forces. Finally, the battle ended, leaving the Resistance victorious. Exhausted yet relieved, fighters regrouped, tending injuries, and celebrating their victory. Alex felt immense pride, seeing his team standing together strongly. Clara addressed the group, gratitude evident in her voice. "Today, we've shown the enemy our strength. Our unity will always be our greatest weapon." The fighters cheered loudly, spirits soaring high. Alex held Laura close, both feeling immense relief and hope. That night, as the Resistance rested, Alex sat thoughtfully, reflecting deeply. They had won another battle, yet he knew challenges remained. Still, he felt confident, knowing they had strength, courage, and unity. Beside him, Laura gently leaned against his shoulder, both silently grateful for their survival. Alex softly whispered, "We'll see this through to the end." Laura nodded warmly, her voice full of conviction. "Together, Alex, always together." Determined, Alex knew their fight for freedom continued. Their recent victories had strengthened them, preparing them for whatever came next. With unity and courage, they would face every challenge, confident in their purpose and ready to reclaim their future. After the intense battle at the Zyran base, Alex and the Resistance fighters returned to their hidden mountain stronghold. The rescued prisoners were safe now, but Alex couldn't shake his thoughts about the masked traitor. The brief encounter haunted him. He felt certain that beneath that mask was someone he once knew. Clara noticed Alex's troubled expression and quietly approached him. "Alex, are you all right?" He sighed deeply, turning to her. "I keep thinking about that masked traitor. There was something familiar about them." "I must find out who they are." Clara nodded sympathetically. "We'll find out soon enough. The traitor can't hide forever, but for now, let's rest. We have more challenges ahead." Alex tried to follow Clara's advice, but sleep was difficult. His dreams were filled with blurry images of the masked soldier, the battlefield, and faces from his past. By morning, Alex felt more determined than ever to uncover the truth. Over breakfast, the resistance fighters discussed their next step. Clara shared intelligence she had gathered overnight. "Our scouts found another Zyran facility. It's heavily guarded, but we believe more prisoners are held there. We must plan carefully." Alex listened intently, quickly volunteering for the mission. Clara agreed, seeing his determination and knowing his recent experience would be invaluable. The group immediately began preparing, carefully checking equipment and supplies. That afternoon, Alex and Clara studied detailed maps of the facility. They carefully chose their approach, knowing stealth was crucial. "We can't afford another alarm," Clara warned seriously. "We must be quiet and swift." Nightfall brought darkness and silence. The resistance fighters moved quietly toward the Zyran facility, blending seamlessly with shadows. Alex felt tension building but remained calm, trusting his companions and their plan. They reached the perimeter without incident, pausing briefly to scan for patrols. Spotting a gap in security, they quickly slipped inside the facility, avoiding detection. Inside, they carefully moved through corridors, searching for prisoners. Alex's heart raced as they reached the prison cells. Quickly and quietly, they freed more prisoners, guiding them safely toward the exit. Everything seemed to be going smoothly. But suddenly, a familiar figure appeared at the end of the hallway, the masked traitor. Without hesitation, Alex pursued the masked figure. Clara shouted a warning, but Alex was determined not to lose them again. The masked traitor moved swiftly, leading Alex deeper into the facility. Away from the rest of his team, Dr. Chase ended abruptly in a large, empty room. Alex confronted the masked traitor, weapon raised, determination in his voice. "No more running. Who are you?" Slowly, the traitor removed the mask, revealing a face Alex knew instantly: Laura, his childhood friend, believed lost during an earlier mission. Alex stared in disbelief, shock and confusion filling him. "Laura? How is this possible?" Laura's eyes filled with sadness and regret. "Alex, I had no choice. They forced me into this. I was captured months ago, tortured, and made to cooperate. If I didn't, they threatened our people." Alex's anger faded, replaced by sympathy and pain. "Why didn't you tell us? We could have helped you." Laura shook her head sadly. "I couldn't risk the resistance. I had to protect you all. But seeing you again changed everything. Alex, we have to end this now. We must stop them together." Before Alex could respond, alarms echoed loudly through the facility. Laura quickly grabbed his arm, urgency in her voice. "We need to leave now. The Zyrans know you're here." Alex followed Laura, sprinting through corridors, pursued closely by enemy soldiers. Their escape was desperate, gunfire ringing around them, adrenaline surging. Finally, they reached an exit, rushing outside into the dark night, rejoining Clara and the others. Alex quickly explained the truth about Laura. Clara was skeptical at first, but soon saw Laura's genuine remorse and courage. Accepting Laura into their group, they quickly retreated toward their mountain-based dock. Back at their stronghold, Laura revealed vital information about Zyran operations. She described their methods, weaknesses, and upcoming plans, providing valuable insight. The resistance eagerly absorbed every detail, preparing their next move carefully. Alex found a quiet moment alone with Laura, still struggling with emotions. "I thought I lost you forever," he said quietly, pain evident in his voice. Laura gently touched his arm, her eyes reflecting deep regret. I'm sorry, Alex. I should have trusted you sooner. But we're together now. We have a chance to make things right. Alex nodded firmly, determination replacing his confusion. We'll do this together. We'll end their control and save our people. Laura smiled softly, hope brightening her eyes. Yes, together. With renewed purpose, Alex, Laura, and Clara began outlining their next mission. They planned an ambitious attack aimed at crippling the Zyran presence on the planet completely. Alex felt stronger now, surrounded by allies he trusted and loved. In the coming days, preparations intensified. Resistance fighters trained vigorously, inspired by newfound hope. Alex and Laura spent time reconnecting, rebuilding their friendship and trust. Each moment brought greater confidence and resolve. On the eve of their planned assault, the Resistance gathered for a final briefing. Clara spoke clearly, her voice steady and confident. This is our chance. We have the strength, intelligence, and determination to succeed. Together, we'll end Zyran oppression and reclaim our freedom. The fighters cheered passionately, their spirits soaring. Alex stood tall, proudly beside Laura, ready for whatever lay ahead. They knew the coming battle would test them all greatly, but their unity and courage would see them through late into the night. Alex sat quietly, reflecting deeply. Tomorrow would bring challenges unlike anything he'd faced before, yet he felt prepared. Beside him, Laura gently took his hand, silently reassuring him. Alex smiled warmly, feeling a calm strength grow within as dawn approached. The Resistance moved out, ready for their most crucial mission. Alex walked confidently, knowing they were fighting for something truly meaningful. The past had taught him pain, betrayal, and loss, but now he also knew hope, unity, and love. Their fight was far from over, but victory was within reach. Alex woke up before dawn, the forest still dark and silent. He quickly resumed work on the damaged transmitter, carefully piecing wires together and checking for signals. His hands moved steadily, guided by training and instinct. After several tense moments, the radio finally crackled softly, coming to life. Relief surged through Alex, but he knew his task was far from complete. He adjusted the frequency, searching for any signs of life. At first, there was only static. Alex carefully moved the dial, patient and persistent. Finally, a faint human voice emerged from the noise. This is Outpost Alpha. Who is broadcasting? The voice asked urgently, excited and cautious. Alex replied clearly, This is Lieutenant Alex Carter. I escaped from the Zyran prison facility yesterday. I am seeking assistance. Can you provide your location? There was a pause, followed by the voice again, more urgently. Alex Carter, we are Resistance fighters. Be cautious. The enemy monitors these transmissions. Head north toward the large mountain you can see from your position. We will find you. Stay hidden and move carefully. The transmission ended abruptly, and Alex turned the radio off. His heart was pounding, excitement mixed with anxiety. He now had a direction, but the warning of danger was clear. He quickly gathered some basic supplies from the abandoned outpost, including water, a small knife, and some dried food. Alex set out immediately, moving swiftly but carefully through the dense forest. He remained alert, watching for signs of enemy patrols. He remembered the masked human and wondered again about the betrayal. The thought troubled him deeply, pushing him forward. The forest was difficult to navigate, thick underbrush slowing his progress. After several hours, Alex paused briefly to rest, leaning against a tree. Suddenly, he heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps. His heart froze, and he quickly dropped low to the ground, hiding among thick bush. Through the leaves he saw Zyran soldiers moving cautiously, scanning the area with their strange equipment. They spoke in harsh, clicking tones, clearly searching for someone. Alex remained perfectly still, barely breathing, hoping they would pass. After tense moments, the soldiers moved away, and Alex slowly continued his journey. As the sun began Setting, Alex finally reached the foot of the large mountain mentioned by the resistance fighters. The area appeared quiet and untouched. He searched for a suitable place to hide and wait. Soon, he found a small cave hidden among rocks and bush, a perfect shelter. He settled in, carefully watching the area, and soon noticed movement nearby. Two figures emerged silently from the shadows, their movements cautious yet confident. They were humans dressed in camouflage gear, clearly experienced and skilled. Alex carefully revealed himself, signaling his peaceful intent. "Lieutenant Carter?" one of them asked, approaching carefully. "I'm Captain Clara Bennett. We've been searching for you." "Welcome to the Resistance." Alex nodded, relief flooding through him. He followed Clara and her companion deeper into the mountain, their path hidden by thick vegetation and natural barriers. They reached a concealed entrance leading to a hidden underground base, where more human fighters waited anxiously. Inside, Alex saw a group of weary but determined faces. Clara introduced him briefly, explaining he had escaped the Zyran prison facility and made contact via radio. The fighters welcomed him warmly, offering food and rest, but Alex insisted on speaking privately with Clara, immediately in a small command room. Clara listened carefully as Alex described the masked human he had seen. Her face grew serious, her eyes darkening with concern. "We have been dealing with that masked traitor for months," she explained quietly. "They have betrayed several of our plans, costing us lives and resources. We have no idea who it is or why they betrayed us." Alex felt a deep sense of anger mixed with curiosity. "I will help you find this traitor," he promised firmly. "We cannot allow them to continue hurting our cause." Clara nodded gratefully, her eyes reflecting hope. "Thank you, Alex. Your courage and determination will be important to us. Rest now. Tomorrow we plan our next move. There is much to discuss." Alex found a quiet corner and allowed himself to rest briefly. His thoughts were filled with questions and determination. The presence of the traitor troubled him greatly, but the courage and strength of the fighters around him inspired new hope. He knew their battle was difficult and dangerous, yet he felt certain they could succeed. Morning came quickly, and Alex joined Clara and the resistance fighters in the command room. They discussed their next mission, infiltrating a nearby Zyran base to free imprisoned humans. Alex immediately volunteered. Knowing his recent experience would be valuable, the team quickly prepared, gathering equipment and discussing their plan carefully. Clara explained the details clearly, ensuring everyone understood their roles. Alex admired her leadership, feeling confident under her guidance. At dusk, the resistance fighters moved quietly from the mountain base, traveling stealthily toward their target. Alex felt excitement and anxiety building within him. This mission was dangerous, but he was determined to succeed. As they approached the Zyran base, Alex noticed increased security and surveillance. The enemy clearly anticipated trouble. Clara signaled the team, and they spread out carefully, avoiding detection. Alex followed closely, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Suddenly, alarms rang out, piercing the silence. Lights flashed, and Zyran soldiers appeared, firing at the resistance fighters. Alex and his team fought bravely, returning fire and advancing steadily toward the prison cells. Amid the chaos, Alex spotted the masked traitor moving swiftly among the Zyran soldiers, directing their actions. Anger surged within him, and he moved quickly toward the masked figure, determined to confront them directly. The traitor noticed Alex's approach and prepared to fight. Their eyes met briefly, the mask hiding all emotions, yet Alex felt something familiar. He knew this encounter was crucial, the answers he sought so close yet hidden behind that mask. Alex raised his weapon, steady and focused. "Who are you?" he demanded fiercely, voice filled with anger and pain. The masked figure hesitated briefly, then suddenly turned and disappeared into the chaos of the battle. Alex cursed quietly, frustrated and determined more than ever to uncover the traitor's identity. With renewed determination, Alex turned back to the mission. The fight continued fiercely, but the resistance fighters began gaining ground. They freed several human prisoners, guiding them to safety. As the battle concluded, Alex felt mixed emotions. Victory had come at a cost, and the traitor had escaped once again. Yet he knew their fight was far from over. The resistance would continue, stronger and more united than ever. Alex returned to Clara and the others, feeling deeply connected to their shared mission. Despite the uncertainties and dangers ahead, he felt hope growing stronger within him. Their battle for freedom was just beginning, and he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Alex Carter sat quietly in the corner of his dark, cramped cell. The air was cold, and the walls seemed to press closer every day. His mind drifted back to the moment when his life had drastically changed. Just a month ago, he was a proud lieutenant, aboard a human spacecraft, patrolling the outer borders of human-controlled space. They were always alert, ready to respond to any threat. But no one had expected an ambush by the Zyran Empire, an alien race known for their ruthless military strength and territorial expansion. Alex closed his eyes, remembering the violent shaking of his ship, alarm screaming, and the chaos as they desperately fought back. Despite their best efforts, the ship was quickly overtaken. He recalled the helplessness he felt as he and his crew were captured, disarmed, and herded into dark holding cells on the Zyran ship. He had lost sight of his friends in the confusion, and he wondered where they were now. Sitting in captivity on a distant alien planet, Alex struggled daily with uncertainty. The Zyran guards never spoke, only communicating through harsh gestures and rough treatment. Food was scarce, just enough to keep them alive, and sleep was nearly impossible. Yet, Alex refused to break. His training had taught him discipline and resilience. Every moment awake was spent plotting escape or gathering information, always alert for any opportunity. One evening, Alex noticed something unusual during his daily routine. The guards were acting differently, agitated and hurried. They whispered urgently in their strange, clicking language, casting suspicious glances at the prisoners. Alex sensed something important was happening. He moved cautiously closer to the barred window of his cell, trying to overhear or see anything useful. Through the narrow bars, Alex glimpsed a group of Zyran officers discussing something serious. Among them stood a figure dressed differently, clearly human, wearing a mask that concealed their face entirely. The presence of a human among the Zyran officers was shocking. Alex's heart raced, his thoughts spinning rapidly. Who was this traitor aiding their enemy? As Alex continued to observe, another prisoner named Jake whispered from the cell beside him, "Did you see the human in the mask? I heard rumors from the guards. They say this human betrayed us and now helps the Zyrans. That masked person has destroyed many resistance efforts here. We must be careful." Alex nodded slowly, processing Jake's words. The idea that a fellow human had betrayed them disturbed him deeply. Trust was crucial, and betrayal could break the spirit of even the strongest person. He decided he would uncover the truth about this masked figure, no matter what it took. His determination renewed, Alex began crafting a plan. The next morning brought a sudden and unexpected change. Guards rushed into the cells, barking orders in their harsh alien tongue. Prisoners were swiftly removed from their cells, forced into a line, and marched toward waiting transport vehicles. Alex stayed calm, alert, looking for weaknesses in the guards' formation. As he walked, Alex saw his chance. Near the transport vehicles, the guards briefly turned away to handle a scuffle caused by another prisoner. Seizing this moment, Alex bolted toward a dense patch of trees near the edge of the compound. His heart pounded, adrenaline surging through him as he pushed his body to the limit. The guards shouted angrily behind him, but he didn't dare look back. The thick forest quickly swallowed him, its shadows offering temporary protection. Alex kept running until his legs burned finally, collapsing against a large tree trunk. Breathing heavily, he listened carefully for signs of pursuit but heard nothing. Realizing he was momentarily safe, Alex began to assess his surroundings. He had no supplies, no weapons, and no clear idea of where he was. However, He remembered training that taught him survival basics. He would have to find shelter, food, and a way to contact any remaining human resistance groups on the planet. He cautiously explored deeper into the forest, always alert for signs of danger or pursuit. The forest was eerily quiet, the silence, broken only occasionally by distant animal calls. After hours of searching, Alex stumbled upon an old, abandoned structure hidden among the dense trees. It appeared to be some sort of outpost, clearly left unused for a long time. Curious and cautious, Alex entered the building, carefully checking for threats. Inside, dust covered everything, but it seemed relatively safe. He began searching for useful items, hoping to find something that could help him survive. In one room, he discovered old human equipment, confirming that humans had indeed been active on this planet at some point. Most importantly, Alex found an old radio transmitter. It was damaged, but Alex believed he could repair it with some effort. He began working immediately, driven by the possibility of contacting other survivors or resistance fighters. As he repaired the transmitter, Alex's thoughts returned to the masked human soldier he had seen. The questions lingered in his mind. Who was this person? Why would any human help the enemy? These thoughts bothered him deeply, yet he was determined to solve this mystery. Night fell quickly, and Alex, exhausted from his ordeal, allowed himself brief rest. He dreamed uneasily of friends and battles past. Yet, even in sleep, his resolve remained firm. He knew that answers awaited him, somewhere out there, hidden among shadows and danger. Alex Carter had escaped captivity, but his real battle had just begun.